into play. Shadows come to dance in the golden light of day. Warriors take their stance. Like the fires burn so high. Stars call. In the morning, watch the sky. Hear the legends fall. Valhalla's gates swing open wide for the brave and true. In Loki's wiles we confide, destiny pursued. Like the fires burn so high, Skolas call. In the morning watch the sky, hear the legends fall. Few-hour calling now, lights are dim, don't know how. Taco Tuesday, crunch and chow, laughing loud, take a bow. Late survives, the night's alive. YouTube talk, we all die. Scrolling through, we high five. Moments share, we all thrive. Thirsty Thursday, cheers to you. Sipping drinks, the sky is blue. We can reviews what we do. Living life, it's all brand new. Working hard, time flies by. We can go reach for the sky. Friends around, we don't lie. Memories made, say goodbye. Counting down, days are few. Living fast, this week's view. Moments small, but they grew. In our hearts, feel the true. Be true. Valhalla's gates swing open wide for the brave and true. In Loki's wiles we confide, destiny pursue.
Yeah, what is up? Good morning. Welcome to Zero Hour here on Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. A little cooking in the music room. We did that Friday, and I just added it. So,
all right,
a little different.
It is a little
music.
It is a little different. I got it. Oh, before we start, here we go. Come on. He's leaving. Leaving me hanging again. I was gonna say, because since we got all those fancy new, wonderful, tastic intro themes to play for us, is it a little bit of a relief now that you don't have to scream your ass off at the start of every show every morning now? I mean,
I miss it.
Oh, because the roll calls are fun, but I wonder
roll calls are fun.
If you ever get winded, just, before we actually get on air, you're like, God damn.
Back when I smoked,
that would have been, oh man.
Yes, because it was like, by the time I got to the end of roll call, I was like, and then I'm already like, greetings, everybody. You could tell. Go back and listen to the early first year shows. If you go into the log, if you go into the videos and the live streams, click on that, and then go back to the very beginning, you can tell I was at, and you could hear me in the middle of the show. You'd hear me click my Zippo open, and you could hear me smoking while I was doing the show. Yeah. Holy crap.
I remember there were a lot of times when you and I would do Stow together, and here's my prop, and we'd be sitting there, just gaming away, and then I hear Loki go, and then you hear me just go flicking the bic, right? And we just be like, yep, gonna blow some shit up. Yeah, it's a real.
He said log.
It's a real nasty habit, folks. Stay away from that. But goddamn, sometimes you just need it. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to Zero Hour here on your
where we flick your bic.
We flick the big in Russia. Big flicks you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Holy shit. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Sort of Boobus Cuber, Penny, Psychodorp 9, Project Cambrian, Shellback TJC, DJ Ronnie G, Pacific 414. What is up? Man Squatch. Good morning, Man Squatch. What is up? Good morning.
The man
What else
of
we got in
the
here?
moon.
Gary Benja Sandwich Worthington, Gun Bunny, Louise Sparrow. Good morning to our Guardian of the Void.
Hail
No,
Sith.
that's Lady Mist. Oh my God, my brain's not working this morning. Putin's cat, what's up? This intro would be great at 1.5 times speed.
Oh my God, could you
Can we
imagine?
speed that up? Can
I
we
don't-
speed it up? Jill, what is up, Jill? Go ahead.
Could you imagine having some Alvin and the Chipmunks Mornings of Mischief intro music?
I forget who said that. I think it might have been Penny. Maybe it was Penny. It was either Penny or it was Mags. Like, I'm watching at 2 times speed, and you guys are effing hilarious 2 times speed. I'm like, oh, thank you very much. That's back when I sounded like, oh, what did I sound like? Ben Shapiro or whatever.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't believe. United States. Blah, 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 blah,
Well,
blah, 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 blah.
Well, you've got to think the Republicans and the Democrats are always going to be going at it. And you got to think who's going to take the better shot. I mean, 5 inches to the left, it could have been a totally different story. And the 5 inches to the right, we would have had a whole other mess on my hands. And I mean that specifically, folks. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Could you imagine a whole hour of that? Jeez. Yeah, Zero's been drinking a little.
Have
bit
you
of
ever
coffee
thought about shaving your tank? If you have, make sure you get Manscaped.
Hi, Billy
Manscaped comes
Mason.
in 5 different colors.
5 different colors and edible flavors. Perfect for when you feel like trimming your hedges while snacking. Get yours today before they're gone. Free golden roll of toilet paper with every purchase. Supplies are limited, folks. Come get it now. Oh my God. Oh my God. Frog in a blender.
I'm only 5'1", and I talk like this. That's right. So I ended up sounding like Ben Shapiro. I was like, holy
my
shit.
goodness. Wow. I mean, thanks to the glory-
Arlena. No, you're not. Hello. Hello.
people are there,
Over
though.
on Rumble. Hello. Now you're not alone. I'm there with you.
Thanks to the glories of AI, we could probably get Ben Shapiro on the show at some point, or any other celebrity you wanted for that matter. We'd probably get in trouble for it, but hey, they've done crazier things with it.
Oh my God. I feel like I just jumped into a blender. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah.
Thank you very much. What a way to start the day. What a way to
know.
start your morning. Punk Waddle. The little penguin sheriff.
Yeah. Waddle waddle, baby.
If you haven't seen Punk Waddle's Ponderances, go over there and check them out, guys. Go check them out. You will enjoy Punk Waddle's Ponderances.
You won't believe. You won't believe. And this just in, I suddenly no longer care. I am out of coffee. Proceed to the nearest nebula. Warp 6.5. Go.
Ludicrous speed, go! No, go past this part. Go past this. Back,
In
never
fact,
play
never
this
play
again.
this again. Hey, you know what? Now that I have my coffee, I'm ready to watch Radar.
Oh,
9 minutes and 47 seconds in. What the hell happened to us?
if AI presidents and Ben Shapiro can play D&D, you can get them.
Hey, I will tell you, watching the presidents and former presidents play some good old-fashioned rounds of Wii Sports, that's some stuff, man. That's
Wii
some
Sports.
Wii Sports. Yeah, Nintendo Wii. Yeah, they play Wii
Ugh.
Sports. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty
I
crazy.
remember when everybody had to have a Wii. And they were like,
man.
oh my God, the bowling. It's
hey,
just like bowling.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. When I went into Best Buy way back in the day, and I saw that they had a limited supply of those available because they were gone everywhere. Yeah, I bought that sumbitch, hooked it all up, and Zero was sore the next day from doing all the sports and the boxing and the baseball. And
You know what I loved about that? I love the fact, like when I got my Wii, I had a GameCube. I could just unplug everything from the GameCube and plug it into the Wii.
yeah, plug it in.
And I remember I went to, God, where was I? I was in Springfield, Missouri. So I just moved there and my Wii stopped working. And I was like, son of a bitch. And they were having a big sale at this game place in Springfield, Missouri. And I went in and I got a Wii, but it was black.
Was
Right?
it the,
And I was like, it'll go with all my other stuff. It's
Yeah.
black. Right? So it'll go with my entertainment center. It'll go with everything. And I get home and the motherfucker didn't have controller hookups. It didn't have the memory card thing. And when I put the GameCube thing in there, it was like,
what the hell is that?
I don't want you in me. And was like, we don't play GameCube games. And I'm like,
yeah.
So I took it back up there. I'm like, what the hell? And they were like, you got the wrong model.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean I got the wrong? That model does not play GameCube. That is the new Wii. And I'm like, how the hell do you make a new Wii that doesn't play all the stuff? The old Wii, that's and it costs more. Yes, it costs more.
Yeah.
Do you have one of the older versions? Yes. And it costs less. Yes. And it works and it'll play the GameCube stuff. Yes. Well, give me the old damn one.
Really, man. Yeah. I mean, I've still got the OG white one. I got one of the black ones. I don't know why. I thought maybe my Wii was getting a bit worn out, which actually wasn't the case.
He wears his Wii out all the time.
He wears his Wii out. Yeah. Hey, man, you ever want to try sword fighting in Wii Sports Resort? Oh, man, that shit is crazy. Yeah. So my white Wii needed. Where are we going today? My white Wii needed some cleaning, so I cleaned it up. But in the meantime, I'd got the black one, and I'm thinking, oh, this thing only sits on its side. Oh, this doesn't have controller inputs. Oh, this can't play GameCube games or whatever. So, yeah. But the white Wii is still working properly. Black Wii still works. I've even got a red Wii that came exclusive from Japan for the Mario 25th anniversary or something. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, Zero's got lots of Wiis to play with, but you guys already knew that. Went to Best Buy to get the Wii and not Future Shop. Dude, you know what the funny thing is? We had Future Shops around here for years. And they eventually got bought out by it was Future Shop and Radio Shack, for those of you that remember all those places. You know, the store that asks for your phone number whenever you go in to buy batteries or something. So we had those, and then they all got bought out by a place like Circuit City or something like that. And then they all just eventually disappeared. And I'm pretty sure we've got a few Circuit Cities still around here, but Best Buy is pretty much the only like pure electronic store we got left. If your Wii is red, see a doctor. Yes, unless you're from Japan, which is where it came from, and then it's okay.
Okay, did anybody see that tweet from Lizzo over the weekend where she was like, "My hoo-ha is so hot that it burns"? I'm like, lady, go to a doctor. Something is wrong.
We ain't got no time for that. Oh my goodness. So the other thing I saw, ain't nobody got time for that. Where's my auto tune when I need it? Did y'all see? Yeah, because we got a lot to catch up on over the weekend. Did y'all see the fight that broke out on stage with Jane's Addiction on Friday the 13th with Perry Farrell drunk off his ass trying to take a swing at Dave Navarro there? Oh my God, the moon was full on a Friday the 13th, and I don't know what the hell was going on there, man. But yeah, that reunion sure as hell culminated in something fantastical, didn't it?
Well, that wasn't the only thing. How the hell did you want to talk about how the hell did we get here? How the hell did this shit happen over the weekend with you-know-who at his own golf course when no one knew he was going to be there except for his own people? Last minute, you know what, guys? I'm going to go play golf and grab this chick by her hoo-ha. Goes out to play golf, and suddenly there's a dude in the bushes out of nowhere.
I mean,
and he's like a militant.
Yeah, that's a little strange. It's very strange.
How the hell did we get here? Twice.
Yeah, already in the span of what? Just a couple months?
Just a couple months.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just a couple of months. My God.
People are getting desperate and crazy and desperately crazy out there, I tell you.
And how did we get to this point? Because you know what? And this is the deal. This is how we got to this point. They want you against family. No family. Family bad. Turn on your family. I can't tell you how many times I've opened up my phone and it's like the reason to ditch your parents. The reason why you should not be taking care of your parents when they're older. The reason why you should never speak to your parents again. And I'm like, how in the hell, how do you consciously write this shit where family is damned? Any friend that does not agree with you on everything should be damned and never spoken to again. How freaking much of a sensitive snowflake are you that anyone who disagrees with you, you should never speak to again because they're an evil person that never had your best interests at heart? You know what? Friends are going to fight. Friends are going to argue. Friends are going to disagree on things. Me and this guy, we don't always agree, but we're family.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a really long time. This is my bro. This is my brother. We might not agree on everything, but I mean, we're here.
Yeah. I mean,
so
this guy loves Lord of the Rings. I like to sleep during Lord of the Rings, and I've said a couple times before, I wish Loki and I disagreed more often so we could have that nice friendly debate where we discuss things and do all things of that nature. But this day and age, you know what? I kind of blame the internet for a lot of stuff because I mean, I don't know where this all circulated. You could go back to like world wars and history and where everything came down to a pinpoint and started, but I mean, several years ago, we had all the Bill Cosby getting in trouble with his Jello pudding pops and then everybody hopping on that bandwagon with the Me Too crap and all that kind of junk. And, it boiled over to a point where you could go on, like Twitter or X or TikTok or the Gram or whatever the hell the kids look at these days. And I mean, I've seen shorts of chicks in, I used that term, whatever, in gyms, like doing their power lifts, doing whatever. And there'd be like guys walking past, just minding their own business. And then she'll literally look at the phone and say, "Oh my God, they're totally stalking me. Like, leave me alone." I don't understand how we got so overly sensitive and addicted to the idea of being on top of everything. Like you're the superior being and everybody else that even blinks in your direction the wrong way is suddenly a prime candidate to get attacked, to do all this kind of stuff. I'll tell you exactly how.
Corporations, not just the government. I know people are like government, but it's not just the government, it's corporations. That is who the government works for now. The government doesn't work for you. They don't work for you. They don't work for the average day man because you don't give them money and kickbacks. They work for corporations, and the corporations want you to believe and buy everything that are coming out of their mouth.
Yeah.
Everything they say. Media owned by corporations. Government owned by corporations. Corporations are trying to take everything over and run everything and tell you, hey, you know what? Don't listen to your family. Don't listen to your friends. Don't listen to the people that you trust. Listen to us. Trust us. We know better than you about everything.
Yeah.
Listen to us. Just take one look at Disney. Look at what Disney's been doing. Look at what BlackRock's been doing. Look at what all these nutters in the corporate sphere have been doing. Look at what Ubisoft's doing. And Ubisoft is headed down.
And the funniest thing is, I mean, you can look at their stocks and every time you look at it, it's just trending down and down and down, and you can go right up to the very top. You can look at your board of directors for all those people like the Disney Plus and the KKs and the Igers and all that kind of crap and see the stuff that they're still, feeding everybody because the board of directors and all that say, oh, we need all these inclusive groups to come in and do whatever, I mean, I just found out there's going to be a new character in ESO who's being voiced by a drag king or whatever the hell they want to call it. And I'm thinking, there goes my sub. Forget it. I don't need to be fed stuff that I'm told I'm supposed to enjoy just because a bunch of people in suits that sit around a big fancy table who look at their notes and tablets and phones and stuff dictate what I should find enjoyment or take out of life or agree with certain people or talk to a certain people of a certain, whatever. I don't understand any of that.
Well, just look at what we've got here in this space. Okay. Cut everything else out and look at what we've got here in this space. On the social media, you've got companies sending these nutbags that are trying to get channels shut down Gifts constantly. Hey, here's the new Lego Millennium Falcon. Hey, here's this. Here's that. Here's tickets to our park. Keep shilling for us and telling everyone you must like this or you're evil and you're not one of us. And you shouldn't be allowed to speak up and you shouldn't be allowed to say anything. Why are companies going after people like us that dare speak their mind? Because you are listening. Everybody out there that's listening to this, you're listening and you're going, you know what? I do not trust these shills in the corporate media. They know news is dying. They know that. They're throwing money hand over fist. That way they can go, keep up the divide, keep dividing people, keep everybody on a knife edge, keep telling them that if they don't do what we tell you to do, you're bad, you should be removed from society, you should have your head severed from your body, you should do all these things. Remember that crazy bitch that held Orange Man Bad's head up? That shrieking nasty lady was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Did anything happen? Hell no, nothing happened to her. Nothing. Why? Because she was told by her corporate overlords to do it, and she did it. She did exactly what Kathy Griffin. She did exactly what she was told to do. They said, you go do this, and she did it. I swear, any other decade we were living in, it would have been like, nope, exiled. Goodbye. Nobody wishes harm on somebody like that. No, we do not do that. We do not play this game. Why is it allowed now? Because they want him gone and they don't care how they get it. Do you understand that if what happened this weekend happened the other way around, if it happened to the other side, they would be going absolutely effing bonkers now. It would be repeated on every news agency, constantly on a loop. They'd still be talking about it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, up until November. This is why you need to do this for this person, because this almost happened. Do you know what they did? Oh, well, we don't even know if it was about him. Well, we don't know. Nothing happened. Nothing to see here. Situation normal. It's okay. And you know what? Maybe he even deserved it. That's what they're saying. That's what, every time he opens his mouth, he deserves this. I am like lost in this weird world where as long as you are agreeing with the corporate overlords, nothing bad's going to happen to you. Nothing will be done. And even if it is, we'll make sure you're picked up over here and your whole life is taken care of because you stood up against the evil cat grabber.
And yet, you know, and it's funny you mention that because, and yet, if you stand up and fight for something you believe in, which happens to disagree with something on the other side, you're a bad person. You're evil. You have no place in today's society, you know? And it's crazy to think about what would have happened if it was the other way around. Let's say someone took a shot at the other person. How insane would that have been? You've got a whole world of publicists out there and so-called journalists that would have been going around the clock on something like this because everybody would band together on said person's little bandwagon and say, see, this is what we're talking about. This is why Orange Man bad. This is why you shouldn't have the freedoms to do whatever you want. Listen to us. Listen to our board directors. Listen to our money. Listen to our wallets and give us all the support because we know what's best for you. You guys don't know anything. Listen to us. It would have been insane. And I shudder to think about what would have happened and how that would have escalated if the tables were turned.
And Putin, I'm not saying that she should have been locked up and incarcerated. I am simply stating the difference between what things would have been like 10, 15 years ago and what they are like now.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not saying lock her ass up. You know what? You want to go out, people want to go out and they want to burn an American flag in the middle of Times Square in New York. All I have to say about that is if you hate America so much that you got to burn its flag, go somewhere else.
Yeah. Get out.
Go leave. Go somewhere else. Yep. Move to Canada.
No, I was gonna say, don't come to Canada because you know what? And I can only I can only speak for myself because things aren't that better around here. We've got a pompous ass that just loves to be friends with all this butt buddy foreign affair capitalists and all that kind of crap. And you know what? People are sick of it. Go take a look downtown here in my city and look at all the goddamn tents that are up in public parks and the meth heads that are smoking just outside the goddamn police station downtown. It's effing BS is what it is. And you know why? It's all because little trust fund baby just wants to keep milking us for all we're worth. Hey, yeah, let's get all the top 1% of our nice white Canadian people to start renting out their houses because I want to keep bringing more people in and bring all this crime and all this crap into our beautiful country because I really don't give a shit when I'm flying on my private jet eating my $200,000 meals. True story. So you know what? Kiss my ass. If you don't like it, move. And don't come here either because me and all my other true north, strong and free people are sick and tired of your crap. Go form your own island out in the middle of the ocean and fight it out until you're all dead. God damn, I just got a little bitter there. I'm sorry.
Well, God, what are we supposed to do?
Exactly.
We're not supposed to. Does anybody remember what it was like 4 years ago when it was like they were like, you can't say anything about this. If you say anything about this, your whole channel will be taken down. You will be scrubbed from social media. Facebook did it. YouTube did it. All these places did it. I got hit.
Yeah.
I got hit and the whole thing got taken down. And I never once said COVID. Not once. I just said the coof and I talked about it in general. And I know a dipshit out there flagged the channel for talking about it. I know for a fact they did. Because they didn't want me talking about it. Because how dare you talk about it?
Yeah, that still blows my mind. Because like I know we're a few years after the fact now, and we've all kind of readjusted to everything. But can you imagine, even though it was just a few years ago? Yeah, Canadians are angry. Don't piss us off, man. Because we know how to hate strategically. We also, I apologize if there's any background noise. There's a lot of Canadian snowbirds flying around this weekend doing their test patterns and stuff. But it's funny when you think about a few years ago when we were all going through that and nobody online who was on a public platform wanted you to say the C word. No one wanted to talk about COVID. COVID bad. Don't talk about it. It's bad. It brings everybody down. Yet I found that so ironic that the C word was supposed to be silenced at the exact time when the whole world, for the first time ever, was experiencing the exact same problem and BS that was going on. But don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
Putin's cat has an interesting comment here. I think people that can't fight shouldn't pick them. I absolutely agree with that. And people that need protection shouldn't make enemies. You're going to make enemies everywhere you go. So while on the first part of that, I absolutely agree with you. If you can't fight, don't pick a fight. It's that simple. If you need protection, you shouldn't make enemies, but everybody makes enemies. Putin, if I've learned anything in 5 years, it is no matter how nice you are, no matter how cool you are, no matter how much you work well with others, somebody out there is going to dislike you. That is why we have #blame Loki. Even though I'm not wearing the shirt this morning, I've just got my Valhalla dragon right here that says glorious fleeting, except in Valhalla.
Can somebody,
people will hate you for no reason.
Can somebody clip that with no sound with Loki rubbing his nip like that? but it's true though. It's so true because especially in today's world when everybody just has access to everything, it doesn't matter what you do. People are just not going to like you. Like you said, you could be the nicest guy in the world. When I started doing this show with you 3 years ago, we were just playing around, having a good time, doing what we always did, and then Loki just shows me this message for fun saying, oh, somebody doesn't like you. It's like, well, dude, I'm just here to hang out.
I'm not serious. It was, who is this? It was like, who is this tard that is suddenly pushing his way onto your show? And I was like, dude, I've known him forever. And it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I am not kidding.
Yeah.
I am not kidding. They're pushing their way into your show. And I'm like, Dude, I've known him forever. I invited him because I want him to be a part of this, and that I want him to be around.
Yeah.
Because I like the way we work together. I really do. That's why I kept inviting him, even though he didn't know I was going to do that. He was like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll come on your YouTube show there, good
let's
buddy."
do it. Yeah, for sure. All right. Can you believe? Can you believe? Not just a few short years ago when he brought me in and said, "All right, we're going to kick things off into a new direction because we're going to bring this crazy motherfucker over." Oh, I dropped our one and only F-bomb. Mine anyway. But yeah, it's just weird because I even told you the same thing. I said, "Well, dude, I'm not trying to force my way into anything. I'm here to hang out with you and chat for 1 hour a week." I hardly think that's trying to take over anything. So it doesn't matter in today's world, or even back then when things were not as easily publicized and brought to the forefront. It doesn't matter what you do. People are either going to agree with you or disagree with you or hate your guts or do whatever they're going to do. It's just how people are. And it's kind of sad sometimes.
Who is this Loki on Zero's show? Exactly.
Yeah, right. No, Punk Waddle. I'm sorry. Yeah, Punk Waddle says, "I'm not saying that Zero has a face for radio, but right now he sure has a voice for it." I've always joked with myself because if you can't make fun of yourself, then what are you doing? I've always said I have a radio face. That's just the truth. I don't even think I have a radio voice. It's to me, it sounds like I stopped going through puberty at 18 and that's where I got stuck. But Canada gave us geese. Yeah, and that's why it's actually illegal to hunt them up here. You can't do that.
Okay, I don't have like the Marvel helm. No, I do have a Viking like horned helm that lights up. That's like,
that'd be pretty cool
for the club. That way, when this comes on, I have a hat that like pulses to the beat.
That's pretty cool.
Draws on fire in the club, all wire. Turn up all desire, higher and higher. Drop the beat, let's go. Feel the rhythm flow. Panties hit the floor. Give me more.
Anyway, yeah. So I've got like a rave Viking helmet that's somewhere in a box, somewhere in storage.
That sounds like an add-on to a mobile game. Download the latest update, Raid Viking Helmet. Okay, so who said what here? Sorry,
There's a bit I saw, don't know if real. Some girl started trashing a fast food place and screaming, "Give me my phone." I would hope I would never have to do that when calling the police. If the obvious OP.
Trashing a fast food place. Yeah, isn't that fun to do? Go through the drive-through and just throw your shit back in the window. Somebody in chat called me a Radiohead. I'm sorry. Do you want me to reach for my guitar and fall over and then play Just for you? You do it to yourself. Anyway. Yeah, it's I don't know. So I mean, realistically,
take it easy, Mark. Take it easy, brother.
Adios, Mark. So yeah, it's the big giant question of the day. How did we get here? What are we doing?
It's easy. Corporate bullshit. You know what? I never thought in my life, and you talk about the pendulum swinging back and forth, right? Yeah. In the 90s, there was a reason why we had Rage Against the Machine. Now it's Rage for the Machine. Those fuckers are like,
they love it.
Corporate. Whereas back in the 90s, we were like, no, small business, small startups. It was like hell yeah for the little guy. Now it's like corporate, and they don't want that to go away. Here's the thing. Corporations are making bukus off of everyone. They're making money off the government. They're making money off of you. They're making money off of other corporations. They're making money off of war. What do you think's going on across the pond in Ukraine?
Yep.
There are corporations that are making billion. Northrop Grumman, all of them, all the weapons manufacturers, all where all this stuff is going. And anyone who's like, but Loki, they're taking that out of the reserve for the United States, blah, blah, blah. What do you think's filling that back up? Where do you think that money is going? We are literally giving them money so that they can give it right back to us and pay us. And these companies are making billions and billions of dollars off of every single person in the United States, in Canada, in Europe, in all these different countries.
Yeah.
It's a cycle of money laundering.
It is. It is. And it is a vicious cycle too, dictated by the almighty dollar. Yep.
And you know what? If we get taken down for saying something like that,
oh, well.
Oh, he's done it now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the funny thing too, because you could look at it, you know, because I mean, an outsider would be looking in and say, oh, well, what happened to freedom of speech? It's like, well, you know, we still have to follow a TOS here. We need to read the fine print. We need to do it. Oh, that's just online freaking bullshit. You should be able to say and do whatever you want. No, laws are put in place for a reason. But who starts dictating all that stuff now? It's the ones that bring in the green. Or if you live up here in the Great White North, the multicolored bills and loonies and toonies and all that kind of crap. It's money is what makes the world go around, folks. And if it is the root of all evil, then why do we all have to have jobs? Well, because we need to keep feeding the machine. Root for the machine. And you talk about the pendulum swinging and go, oh man, I can't wait. I hope and pray that pendulum either starts swinging back the other way, or a nice big comet can come down once and for all and grant us sweet relief.
And you know what? I'm not some like, oh my God, we can't do this or we can't do that or we can't defend ourselves or blah, 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 blah. But we inserted ourselves into a situation that we had no business being in. Why? Because of farmland, because of food, because of money, because people want to get rich. That's all it came down to, was people wanting to get rich. That's it. And they knew exactly what they were doing. That is not why you go and you fight wars and you do that. Not in any way. If someone screws with us, I'm the first one that's like, if anybody screws with us, we're like, hello, little nation. I'm the first one that'll be like, no, you go in, you kick ass, you take names if they screw with you. But if they don't, that's their business.
Yeah. You got to be kind of hands off with that, you know.
But Loki, that's exactly how we got into the trouble in the WW2.
No, we did the exact same thing we're doing now. We did the exact same thing. Do you know what we did? We bailed out Germany. We bailed out Germany and we gave them a whole bunch of money and we said, here's all this money and it's on loan. And do you know what happened during the Great Depression? We said we need all that money back and we bankrupted their country. Well, guess what? We've given all this money to Ukraine and we've said, we're going to help you rebuild. When all this is over, we're going to rebuild. BlackRock is involved in it. We're going to help you rebuild. We're going to help you pay for all this stuff. We're going to fix your economy, but you owe us all this money and all this land. And do you know what's going to happen? Every single one of them is going to be an indentured servitude and they're going to absolutely positively resent us for it. And we're going to be right back in the same position we were in during WW2. And all it takes is one madman, one crazy son of a bitch to go, you know what? We don't owe them anything. Let's go and start taking shit over.
Yeah.
And we've given them a whole bunch of weapons. We've given them a whole bunch of technology. We've given them a whole bunch of shit to go and do that and start WW3 for real and do exactly what Germany did in WW2.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. You know, and you see that everywhere. You see it everywhere. And I'm not saying handouts are a bad thing, or, you know, if you want to contribute to something you believe in, that's cool. But, you know, I just think it's ironic in times that, you know, everybody is in, when inflation is just through the roof, housing costs are ridiculous, and you got all that stuff going on. And then you've got the higher ups running our countries, or, you know, ours specifically saying, yes, give us all your people. Yes, bring all these people in. And I'm not talking about anyone in specific. I'm just saying, you know, yeah, bring in more, jack the prices up. Well, what are we doing? We can't find a nice balance between anything because everything out there is now just so overridden with absolute crap. It comes in abundance and no one knows what the hell is going on anymore. Why? Because they need more money. They want all the money.
And Chris Persia is absolutely right.
Mm.
BlackRock is the exact ones who said people will own nothing and they will be happy for it.
Yep.
You won't own a home. You won't own your own car. You won't own anything. Nothing you have will be yours. And you will be happy that nothing you have is yours. Imagine living like that.
Yep. And
you know what? I don't look forward to standing in a line for 8 hours to get one roll of toilet paper. We saw what that was like back in the 80s for the other guys. Why do we want to be in that situation? Why do we want to be in that situation? We don't.
Nope.
But there are a bunch of people that do that want that, and they think that'll be the answer to everything. Then everyone will be equal. Well, guess what? I don't know why you absolute nutters have not read the manifesto of where this all lead. But on a farm, when the pigs are in charge of everything, they eat first and they eat often, even when you're starving. The pigs that run everything, they will eat and they will eat and they will keep eating. Why? Because they are pigs. It is what they do. They eat and they root and slop and shit. And that is exactly what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly what future you had to look forward to. Well, you're the horse starving to death on the farm that does all the work. They're the ones that'll be sitting there eating everything, drinking everything, and rolling around in shit because they can, and that's what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's how it is.
I can't believe no one has looked at this and thought
Maybe this isn't such a great idea, this whole socialism thing.
but no, we can do it right this time. We can do it right, and we can do it the smart way, and we can make everybody equal. Guess what? No one's ever going to be equal. Why? Because some fucking snowflake always decides I'm special and I get to do this because I'm special.
Mm-hmm. And you know, and that's the funny thing too, because it's like, oh, well, I'm just standing up for what I believe in. No, you're standing up and complaining for what you think you're entitled to. What puts you on a spectrum that's above anybody else? If we're all supposed to be human and get along, why are you all acting all superior and hiding behind your shields and your flags and your source of pride and everything else that says I deserve to be on the forefront? No, maybe you should come down off your high horse a little bit and take a look around at what's going on around you, because all this shit is just going on and on. And it's because of people like that, these extremists and the activists and the socialites and all that kind of crap that keep doing the same thing over and over again. Go back and look at history. How many people do you think said, we're going to do it the right way this time? We're going to be smart about it. How many people said that exact same thing and ended up with the exact same result? This is why everybody's in the shit that we're in, because nobody gets it.
And Putin's cat, I don't want to be a downer. I don't want to be negative first thing out of the week.
No.
I know one thing. I know every single time I looked at anything over the course of the weekend, this is what was getting thrown at me all weekend.
Yeah. And it's true.
And I wanted to talk about it because we have to be smarter than this. We have to.
Mm-hmm.
People have to change what is going on, because as long as we sit here and we act like everything is okay, the narrative is never going to change. It's never going to change. Things are not normal. Things haven't been normal for a while.
Not for a while.
They want you to be quiet. They don't want you to say anything, and they want you to keep your mouth shut. And they want to throw the key away.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what?
I'm sure at some point in the future, and I don't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay.
We won't even be able to talk about this.
Oh, probably.
We won't be able to have this conversation because they'll just shut it off. because they can.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it.
Oh yeah, it's happened before. It's happened before on this channel. You know?
It happened during the coof when I
Yep.
spoke up about that.
Yep. Because don't say it. We're all going through it, but don't talk about it. Yeah. I mean that's just how it is. And it's pretty sad. It's crazy.
What do you know good? I had a boss that would ask that every time we cross paths. What do you know good? I know that there are good people out there. I bet like you, Penny, like Putin's cat.
Putin's cat.
That way I'm very,
we're clear about that. It's Putin's
very
cat.
clear. Putin's cat, Punk Waddle, Chris Persia. I know there are good people out there. Culture Casino, Drunk 3PO, Snowdub, Psychodorf, Miss Martin Muses. I know there are good people out there. Someone asked me the other day, and we'll go into a little YouTube talk here before we get out of here. Someone asked me, Loki, I've seen how cutthroat things are. I've seen people going after other people. I've seen what the fat frog is trying to do to Rippa. I've seen what those crazy people are trying to do to Theory. How do you deal with all of that in this space? Do you know how I deal with all that? I've surrounded myself with good, wonderful people. DJ Ronnie G, Soul Assassin, Miss Martin Muses, Chris Persia. My wrench team are 3 wonderful gentlemen that kick ass, chew bubblegum, and take names. They are brothers. This guy right over here, brother. Mexican Iron Man, brother. Arwen is like the big sister I never had. Dave Bob is the older brother I never had. I have surrounded myself with good people that actually give a fuck. That is how. Yeah, but Loki, how do you know the good ones from the bad ones? They will reveal themselves. That's how. Do you think Theory was just like, oh, I don't like these people, they're bad? No. He hung around them and he eventually got the hint. He figured it out.
Yeah.
There are good people in this world. There are great people in this world. There are people that will extend a hand just like you will and be there for other people. They will be there for other people.
Exactly.
I never, up until recently, I never asked this community for help. Not once. Not for myself. I asked for other people. For 5 years, I asked, hey, a Red River tattoo got flooded out. Can we help raise some money so that they can eat more than ramen and try and build back up their tattoo shop? When a wonderful, wonderful woman that hung out on the show, when her niece disappeared, I immediately was like, hey guys, I put up a video. I talked about it every morning. I brought it to people's attention. We need to get word out that this person is missing. And we did it. That woman was Lady Mist. When people have needed help, we've been there. I have extended my hand over and over to people and tried to help them. And that doesn't mean that nobody ever took advantage of that, because you're damn right they did. There's a couple of times where I helped people where I found out they went on vacation afterwards. And I felt like a dumbass. They went out and they did this after that.
That's
That is why when we put up the GoFundMe for the surgery costs, and made it very clear, look, I have, before any of that happened and before I knew any about that, we made a non-refundable reservation for San Antonio. I've been talking about that for months before anything came up, before I knew about the white blood cell stuff, before I knew about going to the doctors. For 2 months, we've had those reservations, non-refundable. So yeah, we're going to San Antonio in October. I'm not going to change those plans because I'd basically be throwing $800 out of the damn window if we didn't.
Yeah. I don't know why Human Nature by Bjork is suddenly coming to mind, but anyway, Yeah.
Mexican Iron Man threw his body on a little human grenade to save Valhalla. Hail the Valhalla 300. I am not shitting you. I want to tell you something. I grew up with two very interesting gentlemen. I say interesting because it was very interesting growing up with these two individuals. One of them I was in constant competition with. We were like Ken and Ryu, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The other one was like the little brother we both picked on and tried to toughen up and make him a tough little bastard. Those two gentlemen I've known since I was in diapers. Neither one of them would have ever jumped on a chaos grenade like Mexican Iron Man did. Mexican Iron Man, Mike, jumped on a damn grenade for Loki. He did, because there was this situation involving an absolute nutter. I didn't know about it, but Mike did, and Mike jumped on the grenade and dealt with it. I've had friends my whole life that would have never done anything like that. That is why Mike's my bro. When Mike got pretty much like shit canned for a situation, I said, we don't need to do anything like that. He needs our help. Our brother needs our help. And I was there for him, always. That's the way it is. Why? Because that's family, that's brothers. I love it when I hear people say that friends that are family and all this stuff are bad. That you being a part of something and standing hand in hand with your fellow man is a bad thing. You can call it whatever you want. Tribalism is bad. If you are part of something greater than yourself, that's a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you have someone who's got your back, that you know has got your back, that will always have your back, no matter what, you can't buy that. You can't buy that. You can't pay for it. And you know what? The Mr. Hi, everybody. My name is Joe, and I don't know where I am, but I got ice cream. He found that out recently, didn't he? You can't buy loyalty because everybody turned on him and went and did their own thing because he's a senile old bastard who likes ice cream.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but friends and family and friends that are family, you can't buy that. You can't purchase that.
No.
You can't spend money and get that.
No. I mean, you think you can buy a following, but it's fickle and it's fleeting, because if they can be bought, then it's easy for someone else to buy their loyalty as well. This whole thing, you hang out with your parents, you hang out with your family, your friends. That's real, baby. The quality of Mim's character is impeccable. Shows up as a true friend for Loki, Echo Base, and many others, unbidden of his own accord. That's why he's one of, if not the champion of pop culture. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
And they want you to believe that this down here is false. That's what they want you to believe. Why? You know what's funny? This is what I love. I love it when I see someone that's like, I'm going to go to the meetups and I'm going to introduce myself to the big guys and I'm going to be on their show and I'm going to hand out stuff and I'm going to be their best buddy. And then when that doesn't happen and they're not suddenly thrust into the limelight because they showed up to a meetup, they're exactly the opposite. And they're like, to hell with this person, to hell with that person. You can't like them. You can't support them. You can't say good things about them. And we need to be hanging out with the people that are against them because they didn't get enough attention and they didn't get what they wanted out of it. Do you know what meetups are about? Do you know what going to meetups are about? They're about hanging out with people. They're about introducing yourself, being around people, and getting to know other people that are in this great, wonderful community, fellowship, whatever you want to call it, fandom, whatever.
Yep.
That is what it's about. It's not about, I'm going to get ahead by meeting this person. And if you think like that, well, you deserve what you get when you show up,
Yeah.
and no one gives a shit about your buttons.
Yeah, really. I mean, if you go to one of those, or if you even do a show like this, you know, or anything like that, if your psychological compound foundation is to get yourself up there, make yourself a platform, and be the center of attention where everything revolves around you, you're going about it the totally wrong way. And I am not a YouTuber. Sorry, Mim, but I'm borrowing this for a second. I'm not a YouTuber. And I'm not even trying to make this all about me, but this is a prime example. I'm not here to be the center of attention. I'm here to talk with my brother. I'm here to hang out with chat. That's what I do. That's why I come here, to be a part of a collective, a hive mind. Well, that's poor choice of words, but you know what I'm saying? That's
Hive mind.
yes, you will be assimilated. But that's exactly what it's like. If I ever go to a con, or you guys all go to a con, a meetup, whatever, it's people shouldn't be there to make themselves the focal point. People should be there so they can all be you gave Gary a t-shirt. All right.
Oh, I just know who he's talking about.
Okay. I thought something broke there for a second.
No, I just know who he's talking about.
That's what it's all about. I mean, it's like, come on, guys, no one's here to be famous. No one's here to get ahead.
Oh, but they are.
But
that's the problem, is that there are people that are. And you will suss that out for yourself.
Yeah.
When someone tells you you need to backstab and betray everyone around you to get ahead, that's when you start to realize, holy shit, I may have been listening to the wrong son of a bitch.
Yeah. And
because if all they care about is numbers and money, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Is money good? Yes, it is.
Well,
does money help? Yes, it does. Do you guys, everyone out there listening, all 70 of you right now on Rumble, X, and YouTube, keep the lights on around here and keep this showing, or this show going. I said go showing.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. You guys keep us on the air Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, 365 days a year,
including
52
holidays.
weeks.
Yep.
Holidays or not, you guys keep us on the air.
Yep.
Period. With your super chats, with your donations, with however you guys help, you keep us going. But that is not the end all and be all of life. That is not the end all be all of existence. Do you need money to live? Yes, you do. Abso-freaking-lutely, you need money to live, but it's not everything.
No. Money should be there. I mean, yes, it's the need to survive. It's the need to eat, to do all that kind of stuff, but it's there as a side note. It's a footnote on the big header and summary of all that which is your life, whether it's hanging out with your friends, your family, spending time with the people that care about you. If you call up your parents and say, "Hey, mom, pops, let's go out for dinner," that's where money's nice. That's where having it is all right. Yeah, you got to pay your bills. You got to do all that you need to do to survive. But if you come into this with the wrong agenda, you're just going about it the wrong way. And if you surround yourself with people like that, and I know we're not saying anything that all you smart people out there already don't know, you're just, it's wrong. It's just the wrong way to go about things. Because if you think you can buy loyalty, or if you think you can hop on a bandwagon or get all these people to follow you just because you paid them off in whatever way necessary, you know what? Their loyalty can be bought. And it's only a matter of time before somebody else buys them out from under you. And then you're back in the same position. The only difference is now you're all alone. Now you got to start all over again. Why? Because your principles were wrong from the start. And I'm not a YouTuber. That's just me being a human being, seeing all that's going around these days. You know why I don't go on the TikToks or the twit? I almost said the twat word.
The twats.
I don't do anything.
Twats.
Like Loki's saying, every time he opens up the X or the Twitter or anything this weekend, he's seeing all this stuff go on. I pop on the YouTube. I see Perry Farrell taking a swing at Dave Navarro, and I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here? That's why I try to avoid all that unnecessary stuff, because it's so filled with drama from the same people years ago that brought us cops Pops and Real TV and all those stupid ass reality shows where everybody's out to get each other. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. But yet there's still tiny, tiny glimmers of hope that says, yes, things can change. There's still good out there. God damn it, folks. 15 years later, and if Oasis can get back together for a tour, maybe there's a little bit of hope out there for the rest of us.
And absolutely. You mean socializing with YouTubers won't get me ahead in the mainstream media sphere? Being cool with the people that criticize my colleagues' work won't help me get rich and famous? Snowed Up, thank you, brother, for the $2 super chat. Tyrannus Cygnus has become a warrior of Midgard. Thank you so very much, brother. And Mahogany Draws, who's coming up after this, we've got everything set up to redirect already, says, ready to be the center of attention, unlike you two.
Yeah, I see how it is. I see how it is. Hey, draw yourself a middle finger.
We love Mahogany. We love Mahogany.
We do.
And how do you know we love Mahogany? We're going to get out of here. You guys have been absolutely awesome. We're going to throw you a skull before we get out of here because of Snowed Up, because of Tyrannus Cygnus, and because of Mahogany Draws. You guys are absolutely excellent. This one is just for you, gentlemen. Skull! Be great, be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And make sure you go where the panties hit the floor in the morning. Mahogany Draws.
Look at these white boys trying to dance.
Laughter fills the air. Everyone's so rare. Bikini stop the flare. Dropping panties where laughter fills the air.
Take care, everybody.
So rare.
You know, you all need to know that I am twice the man that you are. That I have half friend you.
Dropping pennies like everything's so right. Feel the love around. Dancing to the sound. Panties hit the ground. The beat is world renowned.